Hey, how's it going? I'm your host, Mary-Laurence Bevington, for a little communique and magical calendar informed by. There we go. Hello, hello. This is Mary-Laurence Bevington, your host, with a little communique and magical calendar action. Today's title is Elf Crossing. Slow down. I really did say elf, like as in elves. Little subtitle action, new moon coming, and woo woo abounds. Just look around. Magic Cali for July 12th to the 15th, 2026. Okay, here goes, people. For ages, I kept a cutout from Harper's magazine on the fridge. The clip excerpted an interview from a leader from Iceland answering questions regarding the unseen world. Rather than make fun, he gave his real impressions of the various invisible beings. Well, trolls are several centimeters taller than elves, what we call álfar. 'Twas a revelation to read. This Icelandic native, a man at the apex of government, validating realms that our world doesn't outwardly embrace, and on the pages of a prestigious magazine. What a peach, hun. Yes, I'm going to say what you're thinking now. I felt seen. That has an exclamation point. These worlds we wander brim with mystery. When we get real with ourselves, many, most, all of us know this. While our eyes see much, our eyes only see part, and often what we allow ourselves to see. For our eyes are our brains, our vagus nerve made clear in the world. But all of us senses. As one of my anatomy teachers says, mind is everywhere. A friend from New Zealand, one with a Hawaii vibe, used to tell me that our third eyes held ancient rods and cones, tissue akin to our first and second eyes. This was not a vestigial situation. No, siree, Babajo Ellen. Numerous people have seen slash do see through blindfolds, blindness, and otherwise closed eyes. How do I speak with such certainty? Because I'm one of said people, and scores of folks in my communities are too. P.S. In saying scores, I'm not exaggerating. Also, on the whole, we're talking millions of Claire specialists, but I only know scores of them personally. The lot of us are modern day rishis, seers, Claire specialists, e.g., clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairgustance, etc. Call us what you will, just don't call us late for dinner. That also has an exclamation point at the end of it. Some of us started and sustained schools in quiet strip malls. A few attend metaphysical fairs. Some run groups online that may remind you of Hogwarts without the uniforms. We teach transmissions from teachers that came before us, some from ancient times, others lived in recent centuries. We go into meditative trances to view the invisible dances happening all the time. The children, plus the ones who have practiced reading energy for decades, are hands down the masters. They know exactly where the elves, the álfar cross, and more. In part because we slow down and ground. Additionally, we hone our gifts through receiving lessons, daily practice, and for many of us through lifestyle choices. E.g., culturally, we try to keep our original vibration humming, our auras fluffed, our sensory perception extra open, but also extra closed at times. A note on why we close our extrasensory perception. For one, we ask permission to observe, often get it, but sometimes don't. And we have to live life on Earth inside of a physical body, which can spill into judgy, egoic escalations. We train to stay, as much as possible, in the transcendent parts of us, the third eye, for example, because we elect to stay neutral in order to optimize our receptivity around what is true and what is false. In some, we read better that way. If we lose our neutrality, we go too deep into earthly power struggles / reptilian brain out of balance, etc. We also have to care for our neuroendocrine systems. That is, we don't want to trip a breaker. So let's play for a moment. Give yourself a cellular breath. Don't overthink it. It's happening whether you're aware of it or not. Hint, allow each of your cells to do their oxygen / carbon dioxide exchange. Turn off the part of you that needs the why / the what and jump. Releasing the part of you that analyzes will catapult you into flow state. Imagine each cell breathing and assume that what you're doing is correct. An image to help your cellular breathing efforts. Pretend your body's a birthday cake shaped like you, blueberries peppered throughout your pretend blueberry birthday cake body. Now, picture your cells peppering throughout you, similar to the way blueberries would in a cake. Okay, good stuff. Now, offer thanks to the smarts streaming through your carbon life form. You're making things happen. As actor, writer guy Matthew McConaughey would say, you are living. Livin, living. We breathe on the nano levels. We breathe in spaces smaller than the sprites, the nixies, the pixies, places the little people, the wee ones understand. The big, well-known secret throughout some scientific and spiritual communities is that a lot happens on these microscopic levels. These tiny parts, cells, even smaller, quanta within us are powerful, able to breathe in the largeness, the wideness, the multidimensionality of this world, able to sensorially perceive in an extra way. Moreover, these wee bits are also able to expand our invisible thoughts into material reality. Oh, my. Well, well, well. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you're a data kid like me, you may enjoy knowing that there's some supportive research out there and footnoted at the foot of this piece. I'm referring to a skills / personality assessment first published in 1999 by Gallup and a man named Dr. Clifton. They amassed data from interviews beginning in the latter half of the 1960s from millions of interviewees. Then they categorized common talents that we have as humans, talents that can become strengths if we train them. I've taken their assessment and identified my top talents / strengths. Within their system, my first strength's called connectedness. I refer to it as a strength because it is something that I've honed in formal and continuing education and on the job. Someone who has connectedness has a deep knowingness of what the physicists call entanglement. We know that coincidences have substance. We trust that realities play out within a higher design. Multitudes of us born with the talent of connectedness have strengthened it through theory and practice. We've been ordained, earned certificates, degrees, and in some cases, recognition. Though many of us slip through the spaces in between, many of us lead with feminine energy and stay on the sidelines. We are, however, among you. Maybe you, reader/listener, are one of us too. Pro tip. One way to recognize us is that most of us/all of us, when grounded, slow down at elf crossings. True story. Okay, let's do a little bit of our messaging. Seems like enough communicate for today. Let's check in with the message from the cosmos. Here goes. Hidden strengths hold us up, hold us high, close to the sky, embrace us. To receive these bonus lifelines, we must release our weight in the same way the sleeping puppy falls into our arms. A nod to our solar system. Neptune is in retrograde motion. 7/12 is a hidden 11 day slash a threshold. I'm recording on this 11 day. I love 11 days. I love it actually when they're hidden, which is just that the math doesn't always work out to 11 with the master number. Mercury peaks in his retrograde and aligns with our sun in Cancer. Venus has moved into her fall in Virgo and has a big day on 7/13. All the while, Luna nears solar alignment too and tees up a 7/14 new moon, within which we may feel the weight of water. P.S. Energies shift slow, slow, quick, quick. Wait a minute, and all will change on the wind. So I have this picture from this bridge in Norway. It's by Mar Creation, licensed by Unsplash. I chose this image because I saw some álfar/elf energy within it. Okay, let's do a little magical astro calendar. So this is for July 12th to the 15th. And the times given, as usual, are Eastern Daylight Time. That's Greenwich Mean Time minus 5 hours. Why magical, you ask? Because within a magical calendar, you can plan out your magical life. Duh. July 12th, long lunar transit started on 7/11. Luna arrives in Cancer at 6:46 p.m. on the 12th. Proceed with caution when possible. Yeah, it's a full, big 24 plus hour situation. And it's followed on also July 12th by the sun aligning with Mercury in a conjunction, which means a cazimi. That's at 9:26 p.m. Hot dog! You may receive some flashes of insight, clarity, Claire specialist. Maybe you'll become a Claire specialist. July 13th, Luna in Cancer, in so many places, all day long. Happy summer. Also, July 13th, Venus square Uranus at 10:27 a.m. So the topics of Venus, love, relationship, there's a little war in there too. Topics of Uranus, sky, revolution, electricity. There's a lot of erraticism there. And squares are tense. So we shall see what happens. July 13th at 10:27 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The same day, Venus quincunxes Neptune at 12:45 p.m. That's a hard aspect, 150 degrees. And she does the same with Pluto, another quincunx at 4:52 p.m. So my read for July 13th is ground all day long. Take it slowly. July 14th, we got our new moon. She'll be in Cancer at 21 degrees 58 minutes. So that means the sun and the moon are going to be exactly at that degree in the 30-degree wedge of the sign of Cancer. That's exact at 5:44 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so I have kind of a longer read because it's a lunation height. It's actually the nadir point. I know I'm pronouncing that word wrong. Let's just say the low point. I always have to look up the pronunciation of nadir, N-I-D-I-R. Nadir. Revel. Okay, here's my read. Revel in your home life. Meditate. Don't overthink stuff if possible, or let your emotions take the wheel. Rather, focus on a hands-on project and the knowingness that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. You may feel this moon in your genital, immune, reproductive, and respiratory systems. The gonads, very important part of our neuroendocrine system. Incidentally, that's gonads are ovaries or testes, just depending on the biology. Your sternum and stomach may also activate. Y'all know this, but the sternum, the breastbone, protects the heart. It's a really celestial part of us, if you ask me. And our tummy, it's middle digestion area, so it's kind of how we're digesting our experiences sort of as we begin to process. The mouth being the beginning, the anus being the end of our digestive system, with all kinds of innervation in our guts to do all that digestion, in addition to all the tubing and the movement, the peristalsis. Okay, let's carry on. July 15th, Uranus is sextile Neptune at 4:32 p.m. So these have kind of been in the works, these sextiles and a trine with the outer planets. And there's a lot around this because they're all at 4 degrees, and there's something sort of cool about that because especially when you see a trine, because a trine is 120 degrees divided by 40, it's 30. So three rather. So 3 times 40 equals 120, or 4 times 30 equals 120. So anyway, there's some nice harmony there, and there's a lot of talk right now you'll hear about the basket, which just means that there's kind of an array of planets on one side. They're sort of grouped in one quadrant-ish of the ecliptic of the zodiac. And then across, there's an anchoring planet, usually a handle, they'll sometimes call it. And really, if you go to the middle of all that array of planets, that's where the powerful influence can be. This is kind of beyond the ken of today, but a lot is being written about baskets right now. It's so funny. Everybody kind of influences everybody. So you'll see a bunch out there. So I'm going to just leave it at that, keep it simple. And yeah, so. And that Uranus sextile Neptune on the 15th of July happens at 4:32, and later that day at 6:27, Luna sets sail for a lengthy transit towards Virgo. She'll settle in sign at 8:07 p.m. on the 16th of July. So let yourself recover somewhat from the new moon energy. And if surprises occur, notice them from meditative mind and invite inner peace to take hold at your center. Oh man, I appreciate Alex, Ada, Big Ricky, Deanna, Ginger, Jude, Kelly, Cam, Lara, Laura M, Lazardsky, Marnie, PJ, Peggy, Fally, Siegel, Soster, Terry, Tina Z, and Charles. I get these inspirations from Llewellyn's 2026 Astrological Daily Ephemeris and Aspectarian. And I referred a couple footnotes. One's pretty cool from the College of Psychic Studies. That's a UK school. They've got a really nice article on all the different clairs. And I appreciate their level of integrity in writing. So yeah, and then I also have a link to one of the polls on Clifton Strengths, which is the assessment I was referring to that is based on Gallup's research, is headed up by Dr. Clifton, and it's just on that one of the 34 strengths, connectedness. I had a focus on that, if you recall, a few paragraphs back, a few minutes ago. So there's that. And with that, I bid you adieu, all for now, friends, till tomorrow, and in carrying the light. Da 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 do, da 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 da. Mary-Laurence Barrington's my name. Bye.